Happy Thanksgiving from all of us here.
Yes.
Myself, Casey, Casper, and
I'm here.
Savannah, John, and Heidi.
They're there.
We appreciate
Jeremy, one of our partners.
Absolutely, we appreciate each and every one of you, and want to thank you for being here with us this morning. Enjoy the food prep. You don't really get to do this very often.
Right. I mean, once a year.
Well,
so you gotta,
true.
Really enjoy it, live in the moment, dig into it.
So do y'all ever do any Thanksgiving foods, normal turkey dressing, stuff like that throughout the year?
I mean, turkey never.
I never do a whole turkey. I'll do a turkey breast, but that's it.
Yeah, no, I like to try. The turkey is for Thanksgiving. That's where I keep it.
It's the 7 o'clock hour. We're gonna kind of talk about some things that we're thankful for.
Yeah.
Later on in the show, if you will, quote unquote. We may do a little bit of trivia. I think Casper's got some Thanksgiving trivia that he's pulled up.
Some interesting
Why don't we go
facts.
ahead and do a thankful thing now? Casper, let's start with you.
Oh.
What are you thankful for?
Well, what I'm thankful for is the 2019 Thanksgiving. I'm glad. So I just met my dad 2 years ago, and found him through 23andMe. And thankfully, it was not last year that I found out about him, because then I would be like, oh, I can't come and see you. But 2019, went down to Colorado to go and see him and Mama Debbie, and who eventually became Artichoke and Noodles and the lettuce and hamburger, and my brother and my sister, and seeing the whole big family. We planned to go down there for Thanksgiving, and we ended up being on the news, and it was a big, huge thing. And Mama Debbie, she was crying all the time, the whole entire time. But she tried to say that I was crying. She wasn't crying. Her saying is, I'm not crying, you're crying. So it was just a great, the most magical Thanksgiving that could ever happen. James and the whole family, we all went down there, and it's just like a combining of the families, and they were just so loving and warming and inviting. That is what Thanksgiving was. That's the ultimate Thanksgiving that's gonna be for me anywhere, because it was just everything that I could have ever wanted, just boom, all together. I'm not crying.
No, I'm crying. You're not crying. I'm crying. We got to see the news clip when it happened, and I was like a basket case. I was bawling my eyes out, and we'd only known you guys.
Yeah, for about a year.
About a year at that point.
Yeah.
And it was emotional for us to even see that, because we had talked about you not knowing your birth dad and all this stuff, and then being able to actually get to meet him and your whole family was the coolest thing, and to be able to see that and for you to welcome us into that was awesome.
Yeah, because it was just one of those things where people that I got into high school with that they'd moved away from Hawaii, and they somehow saw it on the news, and they were reaching out to me, and it's just one of those things that's just so heartwarming, because they're just such an awesome family. I was so nervous being oh, hey, by the way,
hi,
I'm one of you guys, and I thought that it would totally change everything. You have that fear of what if they're they didn't ask for me, so they're not gonna want me, but they were the complete opposite of all of my fears, and it was just a great experience.
And they completely support the radio station, which I think is cool. I mean, they have a sign in their yard in Colorado, right across from the post office, with one of the star signs, and they listen to us every day.
They always talk about me every time that there's something going on. Mama Debbie will Marco Polo me and saying, "Oh, your dad's showing the video again, or showing pictures of you. You just met somebody at the store."
Well, last year you went to Sturgis with your dad.
Yeah.
On motorcycles.
Yep.
Well, this year, but
we rode.
Well, yes, Sturgis, I should say.
This year.
This Sturgis.
This year.
Yes.
You and your birth dad went to Sturgis together, and that was a huge moment for you
That was
as well.
an experience, because I've always wanted to ride motorcycles, but I had wives that weren't really into it, and was never a big thing. And then finding out that he did, and he goes to Sturgis, and so we went, and it was such an amazing experience to be riding through. I don't know if you guys have ever been to South Dakota, but it is gorgeous. It is just beautiful landscape.
One of the few states we haven't been to.
Yeah, and on the back of on a motorcycle, and we have these communication. We were talking back and forth the entire time, and there may have been a time or two that I was taking in the sights, and I was riding with my dad, and just I never thought that this moment would happen. Like, I just never would have imagined that this would be my life right now. And you know, I may have shed a tear or two. I don't know.
Sure.
It's probably him.
Well, I think that's all right.
It was totally him.
Yeah.
Totally.
Well, I think it's awesome how he has embraced you and your relationship with him, and I think that says a lot for him as a person.
And for Mama Debbie.
And Mama Debbie,
absolutely.
that's the real, you know, she's the bonus mom that I never, you know, could have dreamed up in a million years, but she's so amazing.
And I love, like, she messages us, like, during the show.
Yeah, and she you know, she was worried about you and hoping that you were feeling well.
I mean, she, like, when I wasn't feeling well, was like, you know, tell Casey, hope she feels better. I mean, it's just, it's crazy, and we love that.
Anytime the feed goes down online, you know,
Well,
they know right away.
I mean, listen, you know, I'm going to be real frank with you. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
We truly do, and, you know, I think it's awesome.
Yeah, we know that we got people looking out for us on the West Coast.
So we love it.
We're going to do more of things that we're thankful for here in the next couple of segments, so stick with us. You're listening to the abbreviated edition of the Thanksgiving Day version of the Star Morning Zoo.
On all the hits, Star 107.3.